Mailbag time. Welcome to the show. Happy Friday, and welcome to Fantasy Football today, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Two-man mailbag. Dave can't do it. Dan's not here. Someone has to have terrible takes about food and music. I'll start. Candy corn depends. There's like a few brands. There's one brand of candy corn that's
don't do it.
It's actually not bad.
Don't do it.
Some candy corn is horrible, but there's this one brand that's really not bad.
Oh, man. You know what I wish I was doing today?
What?
Talking to you.
Well, you're in luck. What if I text Heath? I'm like, hey, you want to jump on the mailbag?
Do it.
Be the quickest no ever, but I'll try. Okay. Anyway,
way to be do it ahead of time. Well, let's see. Let's do this. You text Heath. I'm gonna text Nando and
oh yeah, definitely Nando. You text Nando first.
All right, I'll text Nando.
All right, let's see if we can get him on. Okay, today we're gonna go over. We have a few news items for you. We'll get more as they roll in. Claire, our producer, was gonna put up a YouTube poll. I think she's so wrong on this. Jamie, what color is my sweater?
Looks red.
What? Put up the YouTube poll. Let's see what people say.
Well, let me ask you a question. What color are the stickers behind you?
Orange.
I guess it's orange.
Yeah, of course it's orange. It's extremely orange. I look like a big orange, and people think my sweater's red. It's weird, and I'm colorblind. But like, I asked my wife, she's like, "Oh, it's orange." But let me watch. Look at this. What color? You see the difference here? Don't ask why I have a big box of cookies. But anyway, the same?
Yeah.
Wow, this is like the dress. What color is the dress? Remember? All right. We have your questions on YouTube. We have your emails at fantasyfootball@cbsi.com. We have Apple Podcast, Fantasy Cops. We have Facebook today and Spotify questions. So we have a ton. Let's start with the news and notes real quick. Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner are out. Jalen Waddle is expected to play. A.J. Brown, no word on his. He didn't give an update today. Sirianni said that he could play without practicing. So this one's going to go up until Sunday. And for the Giants, Brian Burns, their edge rusher, he looks like he will play. Darius Slayton seems to be trending that way. We'll have updates for you on Sunday morning. First with our FFT Express episode in the morning, and then 11 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. answering your questions for 2 hours.
So okay, Paulson, Adebo, and Holland are out?
I didn't see that. I only saw an update on Burns, but I'm assuming those guys are going to be out. But I don't know.
When Burns practiced, I didn't practice yesterday.
Yes. It was he's expected to practice, and Burns, I guess, himself said he would play.
Okay.
So, okay, here we go. Major dad energy with the tin of cookies, Adam. Actually, my mom sent those. She sends them all every year to my kids. And of course, I eat a ton of them. Little cookies. They are great. Is there any hope for TJ Hawkinson? Better or worse when McCarthy is back?
There's definitely hope. And again, going into last night, 9.8 PPR points or more in 3 straight games. But there's so many tight ends out there.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not happy with Hawkinson, you should be able to pivot to whoever the flavor of the week is. And this week, I would say we had 4 guys, right?
Yeah.
That either maybe 1 week options or sustainable. Gadsden, Otten, Taylor, and Schultz. Like, I liked all 4 better than Hawkinson this week. So there's going to be guys that just, Juwan Johnson looked good again last week. So.
Yeah, I mean, I had Hawkinson. I drafted Hawkinson in 2 leagues. He's gone. He's off the team in both of the leagues. I picked up Kyle Pitts 1 week. In 1 league, I picked up Dallas Goedert in 1 league, and I also picked up Oronde Gadsden in that league. I'm actually flexing tight ends in several leagues this week, and Hawkinson's, Hawkinson's not in that discussion for me right now.
And I built some DFS lineups, did the same thing.
Oh, that makes sense. Are we really asking Flacco versus Josh Allen? I mean, look, you could be right about that, obviously, but no one's going to tell you to start Flacco over Allen. Flacco's just not going to run at all. So which defense would you start, the Browns or the Packers?
I would start the Browns.
Woody Marks or Romeo Doubs, PPR?
I'd go with Dobbs.
Yeah. Take a guess. I don't even know the answer. We can both guess. Woody Marks yards per carry this year.
Oh boy. 2.8.
2.8. I'm going to go 3.4. Oh, 3.3. Yeah, I mean, I wish he just
Closest without going over.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm not dressed for Christmas. This is an orange sweater. Grade the trade. Javonte and a 2027 second round pick versus Benson and a late 2026 first round pick. PPR.
If you're in a full rebuild, I would probably rather have Benson in the first.
Would you drop Kendrick Bourne for Tez Johnson, or would you drop Golden after this week for Tez Johnson?
I would drop Bourne for Tez. I think Pearsall's going to be back soon. With Jennings back and healthy, Kittle back. I mean, look, we had one game with Kittle back, and Bourne was terrible. So,
update here: Nico Collins and Christian Kirk not practicing. We haven't expected them all week. We still do not expect them. Let's see: Tez Johnson, Kayshon Boutte, or Kendrick Bourne full PPR.
Tez Johnson.
Dak Prescott or Daniel Jones?
Dak Prescott.
I want to stash a tight end for week 9. Theo Johnson or Dalton Schultz? You want their schedules?
Schultz is so dependent on the other guys being there from an upside play. Theo Johnson gets the Bears, if I'm not mistaken.
Gets the Niners, and the Texans get Denver.
I'd go Theo Johnson.
Okay, last one here. Is Rome Odunze a buy, hold, or sell?
He is a buy and a hold.
Okay. Let's see. What are we going to do next?
I'm so fascinated by that game. I was really surprised to see Heath's take, and it seems like Dave's rankings reflect that as well with Caleb Williams. Like, it feels as if we're maybe you and I are not giving the Ravens defense enough credit, and they are overvaluing the Ravens defense.
So I am giving the Ravens defense credit, not a ton of credit, right? Because again,
well, no, let me rephrase. It feels as if they are just automatically assuming because the guys are coming back healthy that this is going to be a shutdown defense. That's the impression I get.
Yeah, I don't
buy that.
I'm not there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a good matchup anymore.
No, well, it's not
Average?
a layup matchup.
Yeah, neutral maybe.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I would think that, and I think you and I are on the same page here. Lamar back, they're going to score.
Yeah.
And now the Bears just can't sit back and be conservative like they have been the last couple of games.
My issue is that I just think Caleb is not playing very well. He's got the highest off-target rate in the NFL, and he does have a high ADOT. It's 9th highest. It's not enough to justify the highest off-target rate. He misses a lot of throws. He's not a consistent runner. You could get 40 yards from him. You could get 4. You just never know. I don't have a lot of confidence in the way he's playing. And then I feel like I think he's had 2 big games, and one of them was against Dallas. That barely counts to me. So I feel like he's going to be, I feel like the ceiling is like 22 points, but I shouldn't say that. I'm guessing he's going to be in the 19 to 21 point range in 6 point per passing touchdown leagues.
I'd go a little bit higher, but I'm not far off.
Yeah. It is one of the more intriguing fantasy games. For Odunze, it's like he just hasn't had that many yards this year. You know, it's just been very touchdown dependent. But he's obviously really good, right? Like, he's freaking good. And one thing Caleb does well is he improvises. I think, Jamie, a lot of the quarterbacks that people pick apart, like Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, you watch them in the pocket, sometimes it doesn't look great. I think we don't give them enough credit for the out of the pocket improvised stuff. It's not the prettiest stuff necessarily, but they make these plays that other quarterbacks don't make. Caleb does that, and he does that a lot with Odunze. So I think Odunze will pop and have some big plays. But just kind of
Kyler's another one.
Who?
Kyler's another one.
Yeah, right. Like, people kill these guys for not doing the things that most
not pocket passers.
Yeah, right. Like the conventional quarterback stuff, but they don't credit them enough for the things that they do well. All right, that's Adam's high horse for today, or something like that. Hey, listen, BetMGM's awesome. Register with the bonus code FANTASY on BetMGM. And you get instant access to the best variety of parlay selection features, no sweat and boost tokens, live betting options, and much more. New players can receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets with bonus code FANTASY if they don't win their first bet. You don't want to miss out on any of the hard-hitting action at BetMGM. Place your money line, parlay bets, and more today. BetMGM, make it legendary. If all the stuff I just said about Caleb was confusing, I was like criticizing people for criticizing him after I just criticized him. Basically, I feel like he could not play that well, but because he has such a great arm, because he can run, he can still put up fantasy points, even if it doesn't always look great.
A lot of criticizing.
Okay. All right, here's some questions from Facebook. Join our Facebook group is a good way to get your questions answered, not necessarily by us, but other people in the fantasy community, other listeners, people who know what they're talking about. Ian wants to know if it's crazy to start Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard this week.
I'm actually doing that in a 14-team dynasty league, so take that into account. But I would prefer not to. Look, the Bills' run defense has not been good. They're number 6 in most fantasy points allowed to the position. And I would hope that after it was 93 total yards to 55 total yards in favor of Dowdle, despite playing fewer snaps, it would give the Panthers more reason to play Dowdle. Now, one thing I was thinking about this, we didn't really get into this morning when you asked about this game. It wasn't a big lead against the Jets, but it felt like they had that game very much in control.
Yes.
I know it was only 13-6, but again, very much in control. So did they want to just be as conservative as possible? And maybe if it's a more competitive game, that it's more Dowdle.
Well, I'll double check on this, but when Chuba was healthy for the first 4 weeks, Dowdle was the third down back. I'm pretty sure they split third down. They basically just split drives. So that was disappointing because this game is not going to be the same game script. They're not going to be able to run the ball as often, you wouldn't think, against the Bills as they did against the Jets. Makes me nervous about both of them. So if my opponent were starting both Panthers running backs, I'd feel pretty good about it. Here's one from Ron. It says, start a list. Players you just can't trust and you start in your lineup. This is an interesting.
Just can't trust or have nobody else to start because there's like a lot of wiggle room with this.
Yeah, so he has 4 names on the list and they're all so different. Saquon Barkley, Travion Henderson, Alvin Kamara, Justin Fields.
It's a great list.
But not really. Like they don't belong on the same list. Travion Henderson and Saquon Barkley don't belong on the same list.
No, I agree with that. But there are players that you've drafted and in some cases just don't have the ability to bench. Like the first name that came to my mind when you said this is Ken Walker. Like I have Ken Walker, I think in 2 leagues, and I start him every week because I have nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can't start trying to think somebody like I can't start Brashard Smith over Ken Walker. I know it's different weeks, but like I'm not there yet.
Yeah. So on the high end of this, Barkley I think is the best one. His start percentage is always going to be really high. He's had 4 very good games, 17 or more fantasy points, but yeah, it's hard to trust Saquon Barkley. I don't really trust Nico Collins, Jamie. I don't trust the offense. Yeah. I'm never sitting Nico.
Yep.
Yeah, but I would consider sitting Brian Thomas Jr. I will not consider sitting Nico.
But it's funny because their draft value is probably 4 or 5 spots apart. No, I get it. I mean, look, there's Travis Kelce probably right now. Like, imagine you have Travis Kelce, right? And he's been largely disappointing for the majority of the season. And you're seeing you might be bottom of, close enough in waivers that you could have picked up Gadsden or have the most fab that you could have picked up Gadsden. And you're like, oh, am I really going to bench Travis Kelce for a Rondé Gadsden the second? And then every week he's better than, it's like we go through this all the time.
Yeah.
At what point do you stop being married to the player you drafted in a certain spot?
Next question. Jason says,
somebody posted in the thing, Jameson Williams, another great call. Like,
oh, I have a fun Jameson Williams thing we can do in a second. Someone said, would you trade Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt for George Kittle?
If I have the running back depth, absolutely.
Okay, Jamie, let's play a game of should Adam pick up Jameson Williams? He was dropped in a 12-team. What the hell? I'm losing in this league already? I played against McConkey. Oh, we're okay. I played against Gadsden. Wonderful. He was dropped in my 12-team half PPR league. I have. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up Jameson Williams. Should I drop Dalton Schultz? RJ Harvey, Kenneth Gainwell, or Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's on a bye?
Wouldn't drop JSN. I'd probably drop Gainwell.
Okay, yeah, because I'm going to start Dalton Schultz. I'm going to start 3 tight ends this week in a 2-flex league. I'm starting Tyler Warren, Kate Otten, and Dalton Schultz.
This is the week to do it, man. I'm telling you. That, like, when you look at I look at my rankings, and I'm like, wow, tight end's good. Everything else sucks.
And I'm starting all these guys over Tony Pollard.
Would I start those guys over Tony Pollard?
I'm doing that, yeah.
Who are the tight ends you said?
Tyler Warren, Kate Otten, and Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay.
Nando's not available. He's in Syracuse with his kids.
Oh, come on. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to read your emails at fantasyfootball@cbsi.com. We'll be right back.
You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. So even if you can't count on accurate expiration dates,
that is a rookie mistake,
or people appreciating your fashion sense,
Jim, the crowd is not on board here.
You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
Glad we wear our good jerseys.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. All right, fantasyfootball@cbsi.com. That is the letter I. If you leave us an Apple Podcast review, make sure you do that fairly early in the week because it does take time to populate. We read these on Friday. And make sure you don't have any questions about players playing in the Thursday game. Also, make it a 5-star review if you wouldn't mind. Let people know why you like this show. But here are your emails first. This is from Ryan in Houston. I give Ladd McConkey and J.K. Dobbins, who both have Week 12 buys. I get Nico Collins and David Montgomery, who have already had their buys. Give McConkey and Dobbins, get Nico and Montgomery.
Feels like it's a wash.
You like Nico better than McConkey?
I think there's still more upside with Nico, but McConkey's come on the last 2 weeks and looks great. You wonder if they're going to start to concentrate targets a little bit for the Chargers based on what we saw last night, where maybe McConkey and Gadsden are the top 2 guys, and Allen's the 3rd guy, and Quentin Johnston's the odd man out. I don't want to give up on McConkey too soon. Montgomery, I still think has more upside than Dobbins because they're kind of similar. They need to have either good yardage or touchdown. They're not going to work in the passing game. We never talk about this. It was always what happens if Montgomery misses time for Jahmyr Gibbs. What happens if Jahmyr Gibbs misses time?
Yeah.
Montgomery is, at worst, a top 10 running back.
And there's no scenario like that with Dobbins, I don't think.
None. Harvey misses time, nothing changes.
Right. Bidet probably fills that role. Just wanted to bring something up for Nico Collins. I saw some people tweeting about this. The offensive coordinator was asked about this for Houston, not putting Nico Collins in motion. He's been in motion on 8 snaps, 7 routes for Nico Collins this year. That is actually perfectly normal for Nico. He is almost never in motion. His motion rate this year is about exactly the same as it's been every year of his career. Last year, he ran 12 routes when he was in motion. So I know that might be something that people are talking about. Oh, just put him in motion. It's not going to happen probably, and it never has. And he's been great even without it. This is from, I don't have a name here, but really bad take. He says, hey, Jeff, Troy, and Abed.
Jeff, Troy, and who?
Abed, Abed.
No idea.
Chevy Chase is in this show.
Show?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
The only show I've ever seen with Chevy Chase in his Saturday Night Live.
It's Community.
Never saw it.
He says Community is better than The Office and Parks and Rec, and it's definitely not. In fact, it's good, but this is such a terrible take that I don't even want to read your email. So I'm going to skip it. Next one. No, I'm just kidding. Would you trade away Christian McCaffrey and Matthew Golden?
No.
Yes, I think you will. For Bijan Robinson and Jalen Warren.
Yes. I have a question for you because it just happened. And I want you to think about this without getting yourself in trouble. What is something that your wife does that you just don't understand? Like you can't understand why it happens. So for me, it was just my wife has perfect hearing. She is not deaf at all. Her phone is the loudest ring in the history of rings.
And for me, the answer is what's happening right now in the family room, watching The Real Housewives. I cannot understand. It's the worst stuff. The worst. And it's not even real. It gets all so scripted. These people,
Does she watch all of them?
She watches a lot of them. And she watches them while she does other stuff. Like she doesn't even like it that much. It's just background noise, which I get. I get that. But man, I hate those shows.
Johnny Airport with the line of the day.
What?
Something your wife does that you don't understand. She grills burgers.
Grills burgers. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, by the way, should I start Isaiah Pacheco or RJ Harvey? Is the other question here.
I would start Pacheco.
This is from David and Chattanooga.
Pacheco's having a big game because I'm playing against you in the league where I took him to spite you.
I know. It's killing me.
This week.
I really hope that doesn't happen. Although I am facing you in IDP and I do have Pacheco currently as my flex there.
Oh, good. So we both get positive production.
Let's see if I might change that. David in Chattanooga wants to know, is Isaiah Davis a must start if Breece Hall misses the game? Now, we're not expecting that, but I thought this was a relevant question anyway, because as we keep telling people to pick up Isaiah Davis. So if Breece Hall were to get traded or miss time, what do you think Isaiah Davis would be?
I would start him this week for sure, as at least a flex. I mean, taking on the Bengals, it's hard to overlook that. Rest of season, assuming they don't add somebody else, then I would say he's in the flex conversation.
Just reading some of these. What did my spouse do that I can't stand? Johnny Airport again. Adam's wife hates fruit salad. Definitely not. Bugsy's a leaper. My wife uses more toothpaste than my 5-year-old. Clogs the sink, never puts the lid on. I don't use her bathroom. You guys have separate bathrooms? Oh, man. All right. Next
All
up.
right. How many likes are we up to?
Oh, let's see. 13, 14.
All right. Give me a number that you would like the likes to be at.
Actually, we're at 70. I had to hit refresh. We've got 478 people watching live on YouTube. So I think realistically 150.
Okay. If we get to 150 likes before the show is over, I will reveal where Dan is today.
No freaking way. You will absolutely not. Everyone don't hit like, hit the dislike button. Remove your like. All right. Where are we here?
I may not tell the truth, but I will reveal where Dan is today.
From Reed, Tedero McMillan, Dalton Kincaid.
Matt Tom, can I like it twice?
Tedero McMillan, Dalton Kincaid, Josh Downs, Terry McLaurin, Travion Henderson. Who are you starting? Not Henderson. So McMillan, Kincaid, Downs, or McLaurin?
McMillan.
This is from Marco. Would you trade would trading James Cook for Jalen Warren be a bad move?
You'd be giving up Cook to get Warren?
Yeah.
That would be a bad move.
Yeah, I agree, but I do need to point out that James Cook has 1 target in his last 2 games. A little scary.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope if you're trading James Cook, and I like Jalen Warren, I liked him all offseason. I would want more. If it's Warren and something, then yes. If it's just straight up, no.
Look at the text message we just got.
From Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Please don't mention on air. Okay. 10 team half PPR.
Oh, do not post it, but just read what Mike D just said.
Wait. Gross. 10 team half PPR.
I love our audience. They're the best.
Need to decide on a flex.
Even the guy on YouTube hates me.
Jalen Waddle. Bijou, who's Robinson?
Bijan or Brian?
I mean, can't be
Wandale.
Or Wandale. Hey, just call him Wandale. Or Terry McLaurin and Chase Brown. So pick one, half PPR. Waddle, Wandale, McLaurin, Chase Brown.
Wandale.
Okay.
Why are you so anti-Wandale? I don't get it.
I just don't think he's good. Like, he had that lucky play against the Eagles where they missed the tackle. He ran an extra 20 yards for the touchdown. Last week was good, but they threw a ton. Didn't they throw? I think they threw a ton. I think Slayton's going to affect him a little bit. I just don't trust him. Dart threw. Oh, he only threw 33 passes. Not too bad. It's fine. I think full PPR I'd be more inclined.
That's a great comment by Jake. Dan is magnet shopping at Michael's.
Did Dan win in Big Burger last week? Because he had a 6-0 magnet on his fridge, and it was in reference to Dominant Dan's. Oh, he did win. Okay, he's 7-0 now. Let's see. Grade the
How
trade.
many likes are we up to?
We are up to 14 likes. I'm not telling you how many likes we're up to. Grade the trade.
Claire, let me know how many likes we're up to.
No, don't tell. Judkins for Lamar Jackson.
I would do that.
Yeah, it's a great trade for you.
I have a friend of mine asked me, should they trade Javonte Williams to get Josh Allen?
No, in my opinion, no.
So I said they were going to get Josh Allen and I think like Pacheco thrown in.
Okay, sorry, I'm just correcting our audience, telling you how many likes we have. You know, I don't know if you want to get into this. Josh Allen, I fear that the days of him averaging 28 or more fantasy points per game and 6 point per passing touchdown leagues are done. I think not done, but unless they get a legit number one wide receiver, because he is running a lot more. But once again, we're looking at about a 4,000 passing yard pace, maybe 4,100 or something. He's not the 4,500 passing yard, 35 touchdown. Like Joe Brady's offense is not great for fantasy. They don't run. Well, they've been running plays, but they're run heavy. They're run heavy. So I don't think I had Allen ahead of Jackson preseason. I think it's clear to go Jackson over Allen now.
So here's the only thing I'll push back on. I don't think you're way off base, but they just went into their bye week playing awful offensively.
Yeah.
And I do think that there's going to be some market correction coming where maybe there's a little bit more ownership of the offense being placed on Josh Allen versus Joe Brady. And so retooling some things, getting things back on track, letting him be more like the MVP, and we see a more explosive Josh Allen. Because you see this a lot with guys of his caliber. We saw it with Mahomes the last couple of years, like when the offense was stagnant. We need to go make a play in the fourth quarter, go do it, right? Those guys can do it anytime they want to, right? Get that feeling?
Like Josh Allen and yeah.
The best of the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that they're getting beat over the head with your offense sucks right now. And they're not going to fire Joe Brady. So it wouldn't shock me if it's just Allen doing a little bit more.
Yeah, so I love Josh Allen. I think he'd be my QB2, probably, right? Who else would it be? I think it would, because Jaden Daniels is hurt right now. I think it would have to be Josh Allen. I just don't know. Like, you got to understand what you're buying. And I'm not sure I could be wrong. Obviously, on a week-to-week basis, he could score 40. It wouldn't surprise me. But they're a little conservative offensively. I guess I'd have to look at the schedule. Are they going to be in games where they're going to give up a lot of points? But statistically, he doesn't throw as much as he used to. He doesn't have the passing stats that he used to. So you're really relying a lot on the run stuff for him to be like a super mega elite instead of just a regular elite. Let me see if we have time for a few more emails here. Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, J.K. Dobbins, Ramondre Stevenson. We need two of them. 12-team PPR. We need two of Metcalf, Waddle, Dobbins, and Ramondre.
I would start. Well, Addison's out, so I would start Metcalf and Dobbins.
Okay. And from Paul, who says he's your cousin from Boston. He gave us a 5-star review on Spotify. Very nice.
Thank you.
He traded Ramondre Stevenson, Stephon Diggs, and Kamani Vidal for Nico Collins in a standard scoring league. Ramondre, Diggs, Vidal for Nico.
See, this is the type of trade I like. You're giving away parts that you may not be starting, and you're trying to get the chance to hopefully have a superstar. So I have no problem with that. The one player that I'd be the most concerned about at this point is Vidal. Like, he's looked good in 2 of 3 games. I thought last night was really impressive.
You'd be concerned about giving him up.
Giving him up, yeah. And we got the report that Omarion Hampton's still in a walking boot as of last night. So if this is going to be another 3 or 4 weeks, if not longer, you know, you're looking at a pretty big win for Vidal, not in the trade.
Okay, question from Mel. Adam, if Dan knew where you were and you didn't want us to know, would he keep your secret? I think not. He 100% would keep my secret. He's not Jamie.
I haven't revealed anything.
You want to, though.
Of course I want to.
Dan is definitely shopping for his Halloween costume. If we don't learn where Dan is today, he should have to tell the audience next Friday. I'm fine with that. And Dan is at a thrift shop getting his next outfit to wear every day.
Wow.
Someone said he's in a bad hoodie contest. You know what? This sounds like really it's kind of out of our league to even guess where he is. Sounds like something for the Fantasy Cops. Okay, Fantasy Cops, here we go. This one is from Jesse. Jesse loves the show. He says it's perfect for lawn mowing and while completing my to-do list. However, I have a question about Fantasy Cops.
Have you ever mowed a lawn in your life?
No. Have you?
No. Well, once when I was visiting a friend in Boston and he had just bought his first house and he said, I got to mow the lawn. I go, I've never mowed a lawn. He goes, you want to try?
How was it?
I just did a little bit.
You sat on the thing, or it was a handheld?
It was a driving one, yeah, which is cheating.
I feel like I could do it.
Well, of course you could do it.
What do you do with all the grass afterwards? You have to get the leaf blower out?
Yeah, you got to clean up.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Question from Jesse is there a reason it's not called fantasy court or something like that? Police are law enforcement. You're not really enforcing anything. You're making a ruling like a jury. What'd you say?
So true.
It is, but I love Fantasy Cops.
You can't change it now, but yeah, it's true.
No. Oh, wait. I don't know if this is from Jay or Jesse, but either way, it's a great call. However, I shouldn't have even read it because now everybody's going to want us to change the name, and it stays. All right, now here's one. Oh, this one I think is from Jay. I don't know. I'm all confused. Need a ruling on a trade in our 10-team keeper league. 2 managers agreed to the following deal. Team A sends Diggs and Flowers. Team B sends Javonte and Ken Walker. The trade makes sense on its face, but both managers agreed in advance to swap back Diggs and Javonte after this week concludes.
Nope.
Essentially, it's a 1-week loan built into the deal.
Nope.
It's not in the rules, though.
It's obviously not in the rules, but this is the definition of collusion, helping each other for a 1-week situation. It just can't go. No.
I think there should be a rule like if you make a trade for a player, he has to stay on your roster for no, you can't trade him back to the other team for 3 weeks.
Sure.
You can definitely trade him to a different team.
Oh, you can definitely trade a different team.
Yeah. You can't trade him back to you make that. I've never put that in any constitution or anything. You probably should.
You don't put a lot of things in constitutions.
Who does, though? It's kind of hard. I don't appreciate that comment. From Michael. First Fantasy Cops. I am the commissioner of a 12-team dynasty league. A player in my league, Team A, sent me a trade offer that he was making to a different team, Team B. He claims he was asking to see if it was fair for the sanctity of the league. I thought he was just asking for advice on a trade, as he has done before for other league teams, for other leagues that Team A is in. Okay, after seeing it, all right, sorry, I may have confused you all. Manager sends a trade to the commissioner who's writing this email. The manager says, I'm sending you this trade to see if it's fair. Manager thought maybe he was sending it to see what I thought about it. Okay. Commissioner says, after seeing his offer, I proceeded to make an offer myself to the other manager, Team B, who ended up accepting my offer. Am I in the wrong as commissioner, or is he in the wrong for asking trade advice prior to the trade being accepted?
He's in the wrong for asking you for trade advice. You did not do anything wrong. If you're going to ask for trade advice, do not do it with somebody in the same league as you.
Oh, I thought, all right, it's a little bit of a dirty move, I think, by the commissioner.
Now listen, if he's soliciting, hey, you thinking about making a trade, and then using that information himself, like if someone comes to you and says, do you think this should be traded? Well, now you know that there are people willing to make trades. Like you can't fault him for that.
Yeah, it's a dirty move, but Fantasy Cops are going to side with the dirty commish. He didn't break the law. Immoral, but not illegal. Look at this.
I have something similar. I get this. This happens to me all the time.
Oh, that makes sense. But I think you're in a position where you have to kind of act differently than this commissioner.
Well, I'm going to tell you though, like I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to act on it. But
right.
Somebody asked me literally this week in a league where there are 2 teams, and I'm one of them, that are clearly head and shoulders above the rest of the league. And somebody asked me, should I trade my best player to that team for their keeper? And I had to take a step back and say, I'm going to give him the best advice I can give him in my job, as opposed to what's going to be best for me. Like, don't ask me that question.
Yeah, that's a tough
Because
spot.
you're putting me in a bad spot.
That's nice of you to do that. Seriously. That's good. That's good work by you. Unlike this, look at this pathetic question. Like this guy, I can't even take this guy seriously. It's Brad fellow. Olave or Ibuka? You know Brad.
I do.
Yeah, it's my tennis coach.
Oh, Brad, that's right. Lamb and rice. I would go with Ibuka.
Brad loves to send text messages to me and this other guy in his league, just bragging about how good his team is. He's like 6-1 or something. He's got Rice, CD. He's killing it with Rice and CD Lamb. I appreciate you swinging by the chat. I'm going to be swinging by. I'm playing tennis with my wife after the show, Brad. I hope to see you there. All right, one more fantasy cops. Okay. Give me a second here because this one's super long. It's from Slamma Jamma Ding Dong. My fantasy cops question dates back to 2003. I needed a stud quarterback, and I had my eyes on Brett Favre. My buddy was half checked out of the league, but not to the point where he had an awful record and was well out of contention. So I traded him a package of Jeff Blake, Chris Chambers, and the Panthers defense, who had a string of good matchups on the horizon, in exchange for Brett Favre at the trade deadline in 2003. The value of the trade is not the issue. It was the timing of the trade. Our league was set up with a 3-day voting period. We agreed to the trade in principle on Thursday night so that it would be executed in time for Sunday. Unfortunately, my buddy had a long day at work and passed out later that night before he opened the app and clicked accept trade. When I saw that the trade was not executed on Friday morning, I used my commissioner powers to force the trade through.
No.
So I would get Favre in a much-needed Monday night matchup against the Raiders.
Oh, wow. Remember that game.
Yeah. This was when Favre's dad passed away, and he had that unbelievable game. My question is, was I wrong to force the trade through, even though my buddy and I agreed to it in principle before the deadline?
Yes, unless he said, hey, put it through, I can't get to it, and use those words exactly. You can't do that on your own.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Do you hear her phone?
No.
She is as far away from me in the house as she could possibly be, and I hear it.
That's amazing. I think like one of the secrets of happy marriage is just accepting these things, right?
Oh, shutting up. That's the
shutting up. Everyone's got to accept people's flaws. Fantasy guy, I gotta say, you wrote in with some really easy ones. Like, give me a hard one. I can give you a hard. Yeah, no, there was one that was a hard one. It was like too heavy. It was about like someone dealing with a family illness. I couldn't read that one. But of course you can't do that, Commissioner. You can't. You need to go back and change your record. You know how in college football they will. College football, they'll go and vacate wins. I am vacating everything you won in the 2003 season.
But you know what, though? This has obviously been weighing on his mind for 22 years.
Yeah. So at least
he was hoping we would absolve him. No.
We're not, but you know what? It's better to be told one way or the other, I think, than to have to guess. Right? You get that feeling of guilt is resolved. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to read your questions from Spotify, from Apple Podcasts, and more on YouTube. We'll be right back on FFT.
Only CBS Sports can bring you big time during the heart of Saturday afternoons. It's big time.
It's big time. It's big time. It's big time.
On CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Jamie's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be too, honestly. That she's not going to like the Real Housewives thing. And she hears everything I say. It's why I'm listening. But the thing is, like, I wouldn't sleep on the couch. I'd sleep in the guest room. The guest room is it gets so dark. I love sleeping in the guest room. I almost want to do it like on a normal night. Love the guest room. Okay. All right. Spotify, we appreciate it.
Yesterday after the show, I went and had lunch by myself. I was so happy.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I had dinner last night in a place that was like crawling with 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds, just making a total mess. So much noise. Oh, brutal. All right. Spotify questions. We got a lot of them. I cannot read them all, but we'll give it a shot. Kylum, Travis Hunter was dropped in my 10-team PPR league. Should I drop Wan'Dale Robinson or Romeo Dobbs to pick him up? I have Puka, Pearsall, and Keenan Allen.
Sorry, the first part again?
Travis Hunter was dropped, 10-team PPR. Should I drop Wan'Dale Dobbs for him or Pearsall?
If you really want him, Pearsall, I guess.
Okay. I mean, if you don't need him this week, I think I'd rather have Pearsall long-term than Dobbs or Wan'Dale. I don't know about that, though. What do you think?
Wan'Dale, look, we keep saying Darius Slayton is going to really impact Wan'Dale Robinson. Is that really the case? Like, it's not Malik Neighbors.
No, but okay, fine. From Quinn, would you trade Judkins for Saquon?
Would I trade Judkins for Saquon? Yes.
From Chris, Dak Prescott or Caleb Williams this week? 4 point.
Dak.
From Joel, grade the trade. I traded Lamar Jackson and Keenan Allen for Justin Herbert and Puka Nacua.
Lamar Jackson and Keenan Allen for Justin Herbert and Puka Nacua. I'd rather have Herbert and Nacua.
And he also has Drake May. So great trade. Grade the trade. I sent Tucker Kraft for AJ Barner and Rome Odunze.
So Kraft for Odunze. I like that.
It's a 10-team league too, so you should have some good options at tight end.
The thing I go back to, we had, I don't know if it made sense or not, but like when we talked about this on Wednesday, you have all these tight ends now, right?
Yeah.
Is it in your best interest to try to acquire the top end guys, thinking that they'll be significantly better still, or to sell those guys with the hope that somebody will be buying in that regard?
I think in the case of Kittle, it's worth it because you can get him for, in some cases, pretty cheap.
I mean, Bowers probably the same thing.
Yeah. Bowers, I wonder if Bowers is going to be like Nico Collins, where like that offense is just so broken. Obviously, he's only played one healthy game, truly healthy game, and he was awesome. That was back when the Patriots couldn't play any defense. So I don't really know. What are your expectations for Brock Bowers?
I got asked this on a radio show yesterday. Like, is Bowers a bust? And I said I'd be buying lows, as much as possible if that's the reality of it. So as much as I love what Gadsden's done the last 3 weeks and what, you might get from Cade Otton without Mike Evans now, like if you can turn one of those guys and something into Bowers, because I still think it's going to take something, he may come out of his bye week at 100%. So we got a comment right here. Thomas says Bowers won't be Bowers this season. Quote unquote Bowers this season. And you might be right. But again, like you're trying to maximize the potential of your roster. And if he is Bowers this season, I don't know that there's that many guys that could be at that level. Now, again, you may say Gadsden's graduated to that level. Tyler Warren's obviously proven to be in that level. Maybe not the same high-end production, but close enough. Same tier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what you think what you're giving away versus what you're getting is. And to me, I'd still be trying to get that.
Okay, this is from Doplich. Hey, Jamie, I play you in the Super Leftover League #1 this week.
Cool.
I feel like, this is good. I've got a question for you. I feel like I've heard everyone's music tastes except for yours. What does Jamie listen to music-wise?
I pretty much listen to a lot of different stuff. Mostly, I guess my go-to lately is like is classic rock, I guess would be. Listen to a lot of the last few weeks have been like a lot of like 90s rock, so like Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots and
really
yeah, it's just whatever strikes me at the moment.
It's so weird. Like this is a great question because I don't know the answer. I knew that Jamie liked Dave Matthews, but I didn't know that you liked Stone Temple Pilots.
Whatever is kind of like gets stuck in my head. Like I'll listen to that down.
All right, finally we have something in common.
I should have told you and Dave this morning because it involves something related to your school. But there is a song stuck in my head that I keep saying a phrase to my son that is very inappropriate, but I don't say the phrase the entire thing.
Was it Rock You Like a Hurricane or something? Something related to my school with an inappropriate phrase. Oh, gosh. All right, this is from Kiet. Dart.
How many likes are we up to?
Enough. Dart or flat? Like I wasn't saying enough to you. I was saying we have enough likes. Dart or Flacco?
I would go with
6
Flacco,
point.
but I keep going back and forth on that. That's like my 12th and 13th quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think 4 point I'd go Dart, 6 point Flacco.
Agreed. Yeah.
Felix says, grade the trade. I give Javante and Ibuka Wow. Of Javonte and Ibuka 4. Bijan Robinson. I have Saquon, Hampton, Bam Knight, Spears, and Davis.
A+.
Really, though? Like, how good do you think Ibuka is going to be? Give me a points per game rest of season for Ibuka.
You're getting Bijan or you're giving up Bijan?
Getting Bijan, giving up Javonte and Ibuka.
I think Ibuka is going to be a top 12-ish caliber running back receiver, and Javonte is going to be a top 12 caliber running back, but you're getting the best player in the deal.
Yeah. You think over under 18 points per game for Ibuka?
Right at that number.
Okay, that's really good. Do a few more here from Spotify. Start or sit. Start 1 from Mario. Rico Dowdle, Jordan Addison. Saquon Barkley or McConkey. I definitely would have said Barkley. Hopefully you went McConkey, but yeah. Okay, from Colton. Do I trade Bucky Irving and Chris Olave for CeeDee Lamb?
Bucky Irving and Chris Olave for CeeDee Lamb. Yes. 100%.
And from Kid Rocks. What is it going to take for y'all to realize that Chris Godwin is a liability? He comes back for 1 game and then misses 5. He should just live on the waiver wire rent-free.
It's hard to argue with that. I mean, again, it's kind of similar to Bowers, but on a much lower level. Like, if he does come back, given the opportunity of no Mike Evans there and plays like Chris Godwin is, like, that's a great fantasy option. I don't think he's a league winner anymore, but he's certainly a great fantasy asset. So why would you not at least take the chance on that? So sure, you can pick him up and then you might drop him the following week because you need somebody to play and they're on a bye in week 9 and you may not play in week 10. But if I have an open roster spot, that's the kind of player I would want to take a chance on unless there's somebody else that just has more upside.
By the way, Josh Downs, Jamie has just been clear to play. He's good to go.
Yep.
Number 3 receiver?
Yep.
Okay. So I thought about that a lot with Godwin. You know, it's like I said last week or whenever I said it, it's been a rough year for him. It's been about a year since he fractured his ankle and he's just had setback after setback or new injury. So that's why I was a little more into Tez Johnson, maybe on the waiver wire than Dave and Jamie were. But the other issue is that Jalen McMillan could be back in a few weeks.
Yep.
I just really like what I'm seeing on tape from Tez. He is very small. So I noticed against the Lions that press coverage can be a problem for him. Like, there was, I don't know what the cornerback was, but he was kind of swallowing him up just a little bit on press coverage. Like, he can have trouble getting away from that, but you give him a free release, it's very dangerous. We saw the plays that he can make after the catch. We saw that he can get behind the defense. And obviously, like, you always want pieces of the Bucs passing game, you know?
I don't disagree with you. I mean, that's the thing. It was the risk of, are you spending all of your fab on a player that could have a 1-week window? There's a very specific joke, if you'll get it, but he was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Tez Johnson was?
Yeah, when he's trying to get off the line.
I don't get it.
Rock Yassin.
No, he wasn't him, though. That's a good. I think it was the other side.
All right, I'm ready to reveal where Dan was, or Dan is.
You're definitely not.
I am.
Okay.
You want an hour at the end of the show?
The end of the show.
Okay.
We'll kill you if you do. All right, let's read some Apple Podcast questions here. And thank you guys for all your comments. We appreciate it. Okay. From DD Teller. I've got Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Zach Ertz. Okay, first of all, I know I should read these before I actually start reading them. But I'm sorry. I'm a little crunched for time. So this question is about Thursday night. So just don't send any Thursday night questions. But that's on me. I'm sorry. So I just try to do it on the fly. And we're going to see if this happens again. This one is from Carlitos. This one is from Carlitos Way Brown. Who should I start this week? Standard scoring league. You got AJ Brown, Emeka Ibuka, Chris Olave, and Romo Dunze. We need 2 of those. AJ Brown, Emeka Ibuka, Olave, and Odunze. Standard scoring.
So it would be Ibuka for sure. And I'm probably going to go Odunze with Brown not being at 100% if he plays, and I would start Odunze over Olave in non-PPR.
And then we need 2 running backs: Scadaboo, Jacobs, Brees Hall. Remember, it's non-PPR.
Jacobs, and I'm still going to go Brees Hall, even though he has not scored a touchdown yet. I think it happens this week.
And then we need a flex: Scadaboo, Olave, AJ Brown.
Scadaboo.
Okay. Good luck to you, Carlito.
All right, I'm gonna say the Dan's whereabouts now because Johnny wants to comment in the chat.
Okay.
All right, he's not happy that I'm gonna say this, so just I'm prefacing this. So Dan got a very, very cool invitation that it was hard for him to pass up, and so he right now there's this place. It sounds like it's near you, so I could be wrong, but the toothpick factory. So he's at, you know how much Dan loves like the stuff and the sticks in the sandwich. So he got invited to the toothpick factory where they actually make those things. I don't know why he's embarrassed, but like I would go
to the toothpick factory. Absolutely. Yeah. I've been there it is right next door. I've been there many times. Yeah. I got an interesting tweet from you or for you from Joe.
So I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry that I had to break it down, but
bring us some toothpicks from
now,
Joe.
If he's watching, or I'm going to text him. Like, I want to know, like, if they actually encourage you to put it in the sandwich or like the burger. Like he is.
Well, it depends, Jamie. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the burger. There's
tomato, I mean,
there's lettuce. It's going to fall apart. You need the toothpick. That's my impression. Is that not a good impression?
No, that's pretty good.
All right, listen, I got this interesting question or interesting tweet for you from Joe Person, who covers the Panthers for The Athletic. A Panthers spokesperson just clarified that Andy Dalton will start versus the Bills, regardless of whether Bryce Young is active or not. Is that because he didn't say whether? Does that mean he's getting
Bryce
benched?
Young's listed as doubtful. So
yeah. But does this tweet mean that they were going to bench Bryce Young, or just that he's not healthy enough, regardless of?
I would guess the latter. I can't imagine at 4-3 that they were going to bench him.
Okay. More Apple Podcast questions. This is from Hyanator. Dear Dan's Poor Fridge Magnets, I listen to the pod just about every day and you rock. Grade the trade. I gave Jordan Mason and Tedero McMillan for Jalen Hurts and DJ Moore.
One more time.
Give up Jordan Mason and Tedero McMillan for Jalen Hurts and DJ Moore. He has.
So it's basically at this point, it's like McMillan for Hurts.
Essentially.
I think I'd rather have Hurts.
Yeah, he has Bo Nix and Justin Fields, but I can't blame you. All right, that's it. That's all for Apple Podcasts.
How mad do you think Dan's going to be at me?
Nah, he's not going to be mad at you.
I mean, this is the text that he sent. Just so I like to include our audience because they're such a special part of what we do. This is what he said, because you were not supposed to tell me. So he said, "I told you not to tell Jamie. Please don't mention on air. Do we really have to mention on air? Come on, you know how this makes me look. I'm sorry, Dan. I just thought that they should know."
Yeah, you're such an instigator. I'm looking for questions okay, YouTube. Let's do it. Let's finish it off with 5 minutes of good YouTube questions.
That's a funny comment from Spurrier.
Spurrier, okay, I'll try to find it. Golden or Kendrick Bourne, half PPR?
Golden.
Where are you, Spurrier? Dan never gets mad at Jamie. He would actually agree that Jamie was in the right. Dalton Schultz, Keon Coleman, Alec Pierce, or Tajay Spears?
Schultz.
Yeah, still waiting for Adam to put Jamie's face behind him. It's weird. I actually want to do it. I just never get around to it. Also, it's going to cost me like $75. It's expensive to blow up the picture. Trade Brian Thomas Jr. for Chase Brown and Tez Johnson, or hold Brian Thomas Jr. and hope for a rebound after the bye?
I think I'd rather have BTJ over those guys, but again, it comes down to if Tez Johnson is a legitimate part of the Bucs offense for the rest of the season, or at least for the next several weeks, that's probably the trade that you would win.
All right, so let me tell you about a moral dilemma, something I did to Jamie. A few weeks ago, I asked Jamie if he wanted to do a Halloween costume on the air, and he said no. Yesterday, I was like, you know what? I think I want to do a Halloween costume. Last year, I was the old man. A few years ago, I was Ace Ventura. Like, we've had fun with it. So I was like, let's see if I can find something. So I found something very quickly, and it's got a tandem piece to it. So I asked Dave if he would do it, and he said no. Then I said, if you do it, I'll buy the costume for you. And he said yes. So I bought the costume. So Dave and I have a tandem costume for next Friday. And then I asked Jamie, because Dave was like, you should ask Jamie if he wants in. I was like, he's going to say no. He already said no. So I asked Jamie this morning, hey, do you want to do a Halloween thing next Friday? And he's like, yeah, sure. Whatever you want. And now I don't know what to do because there's no third member of this thing. So I don't know, man.
I can think of something related to the theme.
Okay. You try. We'll have fun with it. Bijan Robinson and Jamison Williams for Devon Achane and Michael Pittman. No
I'd rather have Robinson and Williams.
Yeah, for sure. Dan got the Willy Wonka golden ticket to the Toothpick Factory. Oh, man. Derrick Henry or Woody Marks, PPR? And then what if that's Hunter Henry or Woody Marks, PPR?
If it's Hunter Henry, it would be Woody Marks. If it's Derrick Henry, it's Derrick Henry.
Okay, standard scoring, entire benches on a bye. Would you play both Dowdle and Hubbard or drop one of them for Dobbs, Jennings, Mooney, Chubb, or Algier?
I wouldn't want to drop them.
If I'm 5-2 or better, I'm not dropping them. If I'm not, then maybe I drop Hubbard for Dobbs.
Maybe.
Tez or Mims?
Tez.
Adam, do you think Minnesota regrets getting rid of Darnold? It is weird that they got rid
Getting rid of Darnold. Their quarterback room to end last season was Darnold and Daniel Jones.
Yeah. I think they wanted to save money. That's a big part of it. Bijan I read that one. Dan's at a hoodie convention. Dan's at a 4-day cheese-making course in rural Italy. Tight end premium. Sit one. Drake London, Zach Ertz, Ibuka, or Rice?
I'm sitting Ertz. I don't care.
Yeah, it's tight end premium, but also if it's tight end premium, let us know exactly what the scoring is. Some, different scorings in different tight end premium leagues. I have no comment on Dan's whereabouts. Every time I say anything about Dan, he yells at me. It's true.
He really doesn't like Robert for some reason. It's weird.
Flowers for Jalen Waddle.
At least the perception that I get. So Robert does a lot of drafts with us. Robert's great. He monitors I believe
monitors our Facebook page. Yeah,
our Facebook page. And so Robert does a lot of drafts with us. He's awesome. And for some reason, like anytime Robert would say something about Dan in the chat, in the draft room chat, Dan would just like, why? Well, that's not funny. I don't get it. That's not funny.
It's really great to make fun of Dan when he's not here.
You know what? Speaking of that, I've gotten some, whatever algorithm now where I keep getting all the Seinfeld clips. And the
Facebook?
one, and the one where George had the toupee. And I just immediately started laughing because I thought it looked like Dan.
Bro, that is arguably my favorite Seinfeld episode.
You'll love this. My buddy is a huge Seinfeld fan. He sent me a video of his daughter's dance class, and he goes, watch this. She's 4. He goes, watch this. Halfway through the routine, she turns into Elaine.
Yes.
I'm gonna send it to you. You're gonna think it's hilarious.
That episode, George, you got a rug. He goes, good for you, Jack. And I say that all the time. I love that line. Flowers for Jalen Waddle. Would you do that?
I would rather have Flowers.
If you told me that Tua was going to start the rest of the season, I would definitely rather have Waddle, but I don't know that I can guarantee that. Let's see. Sit one in non-PPR. Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, or Nick Chubb. Who are you sitting?
I'm sitting Chubb.
Dan is arguing with a pigeon about why the Allman Brothers are the best band of all time. Let's see. Pick 2 to keep on the bench. Tootin, Bam Knight, Isaiah Davis, Brashard Smith.
Oh, boy. Knight for 1 week. Can't drop him yet. And I might hold Isaiah Davis.
I'd go Tootin. I mean, you can make a case for any of them, but I think Tootin would be the best if the starter were injured. Roster.
Yeah, but right now you have the starter. You have the other two guys potentially injured though.
Oh, I thought you were going to say traded. Yeah, I think Brees is going to play. I mean, they said at the beginning of the week, but roster Godwin or Mooney, half PPR.
I'd rather roster Godwin.
Would you sell Jefferson for Jordan Addison, Garrett Wilson, and the Denver DST?
I consider it.
Yeah, I think so. And last one, start 2 and then flex 1.
Just keep in mind with Garrett Wilson, you don't have him this week. You don't have him next week because of a bye.
It's true. Jacob, Swift, Scat, Dowdle. Pick 3, I think.
I'm going to sit Dowdle.
Yeah. Okay. And we're going to finish with some more comments about where Dan is. Dan is definitely not somewhere.
Is near your house?
I said I've been there many times.
Oh, you have. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
Wandale or Mooney in the flex?
Wandale.
Dan is at the movies. Just kidding. He would never. And okay, now we're done. Talk to you on Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. See you later, everyone.